sisters? How are you guys doing? I'm a little late. Sorry. Who is popping on today? Let's talk about what everybody always wants to know. I am just popping on to say hi because I love you guys. And, oh, Megan, I haven't seen you in a while. A little bit later today because I was filming. And that's just what it is. So, hi Sharon, how are you? Sharon, have I told you that's my mom's name, by the way? I don't know if I've said that before, but I have a few Sharons, and that is like one of my favorite names in the whole wide world. If I ever had a daughter, well, I'm not going to have a daughter anymore, but like if I would have named her Sharon, or at least had it in the middle name. You guys, fun fact why people are popping on. So I'm a very emotional, like, empath, so I love different because all of our names are different. Hi Tiffany, hi Karen. Brianna, Brea, I'm not Brianna, I'm just Brea. Brea Chiana is my sister's name. Arissa is my other sister's name. And Ambrosia is my niece's name. So the women in our family have very unique names. I have a niece named Chloe that ended up being kind of like a common name in that time frame that she was raised or whatever. My mom's very, very unique in things like that. So, with that said, when I was going to have a girl, when I was pregnant, by the way, that's how I talked. Just so you know, like, oh, because I have two sisters. I'm like, when I have my girl, like, I'm having a girl. Like, that's what I thought. I also had my niece who was like the first baby in my life. I helped raise her. She lived with me because my sister had her at 16. So, like, she was a huge, huge part of my life. I was 15 and became kind of like a second mom, right? So I thought, I only know girls, so I'm having girls. Hi, Stacy. How are you? So I totally, like, when I was pregnant, which was an accident, which is not a big deal, biggest blessing in my life, right? Let's just own that. I'm very honest about that. I didn't plan it. I was like, well, if I didn't understand how I could be a mom, honestly. I'm like, I was 23, and I was very much a party girl. I was with his dad, who I loved, who's an amazing man. But I was very much like, how does a baby even come out of, like, I don't even get this. This mathematically does not, even though I was in the room for my sister's delivery, I was like, this does not make sense. Like, so, but anyways, when I was pregnant, I was going to name my girl, who I was insisting, hi Giovanna, that I was going to have, her name was going to be Rosanna. How pretty is that? So that was going to be a combination of my sisters. Rosanna Sharon, I think, was going to be the name. And Arissa and Chiana. So that's what I came up with to combine their names. Those bees, they were about to get my daughter, like, what? And so I ended up having a boy, which was the biggest blessing probably in disguise, because my high energy personality needed a boy, or I love being with the girls. I love Kylie. I love Kaylee. Like, I love that extra role with the girls I'm with. But I definitely know I was meant to have a boy. Absolutely. Like when I would babysit Chloe or Britt, like when they talk to, girls were like, oh, very young. I'd be like, okay, can you stop talking now? Because my son didn't talk like that. He was super quiet. So I know God gave me a boy because I needed him to not talk so much. So, anyways, there's my little mother story while you guys are all popping on. Hi, Tina. How are you? Hi, Cindy. So I just did an amazing recording. I'm going to call it amazing. There's so much content in there, but it's draining. So I'm popping on with what everybody always comes to me for. How do I lose weight? How do I lose weight? I'm on keto. How do I lose weight? That's exactly how you guys say it too, because you're all frantic about it, right? Which is okay, because I'm just going to tell you for one. You ready for tip one? You guys got to tell me. This is live. When I pre-record, when I don't have people on the other end, now I really appreciate you guys on the other end, so I'm going to make you talk to me. Waiting. I'll make you guys work. Do you want to know or not? I'm being a brat because you guys need to. I've been so engulfed in my research and applying it. I don't just research. I pull it out and figure out how to apply it to my babies. And I take that role as a coach so darn serious, you have no idea, because I know who you are on the other end, and I take time with all this overwhelming science, right, that I know how to decipher through and organize, and then find brands that I like at work, and blah 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 blah, like it just and plug it into the females that we are, right, which is you on the other end. I don't coach guys, and there's I think one or two guys in here, and we all know Daryl. I don't know where he's been lately, but I overall am not interested in coaching guys, because I know who you are, right? I'm you, you are me. I know who you are, so I know how to take this never-ending information, all science-based, and plug it into things that you will love and be able to organize without overwhelming you. Literally takes so much. It takes so much. So I'm popping on for fun right now, okay? So, yay, Jolly Cuddle Live, because I'm later. Sometimes it's better for me to be later. You guys take my energy and you revamp it, right? There's no expectation. I can pop off some weight loss tips like all day long. It's not a big deal to me. So, hi Kimberly, how are you? And then my energy's revamped from you guys. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to throw out 3 weight loss tips. So one is going to be for the person that just went keto, because I had so many new followers for the new year that are like, I just want to go keto, I want to go keto. So what I'm going to tell you to do, step 1 is calm down. So what kind of tip is that? I kid you not, if you are overwhelming yourself with all of the things keto, you are overwhelming your body, your food, your caloric intake, and your stress level with all of these things. There's different personalities that I coach to, and I can identify you real quick when you come at me with questions. I can see it, right? You either resist the straight cold truth I'm telling you, or you overthink too soon and you're not getting the layers of learning. You're just trying to jump way over here, when if you just start the layers, it's going to shock your body every step of the way. When you enroll in a program with me, of course, I give very specific steps, because I understand that your brain has to go in and focus on every detail. And even then I have people that jump over it, and I'm like, stop it, go back, right? So if you are investing in yourself and you are learning, you need to take it a step back. You didn't get these habits of the way you eat overnight, so take a step back, okay? So here's your step 1 to taking a step back. Do you understand what a carbohydrate is? Do you understand what happens when your body consumes any kind of carbohydrate? Okay, let's just start very broad. Do you know what macros are? All right, you got your basic macros. I'm going to go here. There's 5, but I'm going to go for the 3 that I know you guys understand. It's your carbohydrates, it's your protein, it's your fat, right? Protein are building blocks to our body, and that's going to keep our metabolism up. And that's where us as women, especially the women that I cater to, sometimes lose focus on, and you actually need to dial that back in and bring back in that protein. Or you are going to lose muscle mass, and you are going to catabolize, and you're fasting, and it's too much. So I'm not saying load up on tons of protein. I'm saying don't forget about protein, because in the keto world, people are like, moderate protein. Do you know what moderate protein means? How many of you know what actually moderate protein even means? Oh, okay, moderate, like I ain't got to worry about it. Like, and then you just put it away, and you're sitting here snacking and loading up on fat things, and then the protein's kind of not even existing because you don't really know what moderate protein means, right? So let's talk carbs first. Pull the carbs. You have bread, you have rice, you have any kind of sugar. Look, I know, but you got to get cold turkey. Get that sugar out of your life. Get the snacks, the candy bars, get it all out of sight, out of mind. It is crack cocaine. Straight up. Whoever's not telling you sugar is crack cocaine is not telling you the cold, hard truth. It is just as addictive, as a matter of fact, more addictive than cocaine. Well, that should be on the frickin' package. You jerks. Like, not you guys, like the market, like people that put out product, right? Like, let me load up on sugar and act like it's not going to make me like go out of control wanting the sugar. It's not your fault. Nobody told you. So I'm telling you, so now it is your fault if you keep having that crack cocaine around you. If you treat it as that, you are more likely to go to your cabinet, take it, and throw it away right now. And do you want your kids strung out on crack cocaine anyway? No. Can they have it as a treat sometimes? Sure. Let them have, like, whatever. I'm not here to coach you how to be a mom, because I can't even get my kid's 17 and he's just so resistant that that's my frustrated mom face. Anyways, but I do sneak in a few things that I know I love, and then all of a sudden I don't pressure him, and he's like, oh, I like these, Mom. So I get the Zevia. That was a very slick move there. Zevia is a soda replacement that is made with stevia. Yes, it is expensive, but my health is very important. So I use that, I budget that in, and I'm actually really impressed with myself that I got my kid on it, because that boy resists anything his mama does. Anything. He's like, no, that's healthy. Blah, 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 blah. He doesn't quite grasp the concept, because I'm a mom, an overbearing mom. Like, he doesn't grasp the concept that real food is healthy food, right? But you guys are getting it. You're figuring this out, and I love seeing that. The 1 bars should not be used. Oh, that's a good question. Let's go there, Ramona. The 1 bars, the Quest bars, they are not going to have straight sugar in there. They're going to have a sugar replacement. I believe they have like a sucralose in there, which is not good. They also have an IMO, which affects your metabolism, affects inflammation, and they have a strong addictive nature to them, to where you don't get full and you want to consume too many. So as a treat, sometimes go ahead, rock it out. To have those, stock of them every day and have it part of your everyday plan, I'm going to tell you to get rid of those. Absolutely get rid of them. And you're not learning to get away from the habit of grabbing something. But like, say there's somebody like my sister who was still grabbing straight candy bars. Like, we went to take her friend somewhere, and not hating on my sister, we stopped at a liquor store, or not a liquor store. Hi Jan, how are you? Hi Amy. We stopped at a gas station, and I was just like, but listen to this, Ramona. Like, they bought straight candy bars, and I'm not judging. I'm so used to you guys in here. Like, I would say out of my group, maybe on a rare occasion you do that, but that wouldn't be your normal go-to at a rest stop. Like, at least you guys are getting beef jerky, or I know you're not getting candy bars, right? Unless you're intentionally know you're effing up, right? That's called kind of a binge, and that's a whole different thing. I get it, right? Sometimes that happens. But not a casual stop before I go drive up a mountain. Let me load up on candy bars. That's the level she was at. So I'm going to meet her where she's at. And replacing 1 bars with those candy bars might be the step I have to take for her. This is somebody that still stops at a food stop and grabs candy bars like it's nobody's, like that's a normal thing. I got to meet her where she's at. So in that case, I might go, hey, you want this 1 bar? Makes sense? But you guys are in this group. You've been learning for a while, and I'm going to take you to the next level. I'm going to tell you, get that out of your cabinet. A 1 bar will absolutely make me want 10 bars. So clearly that's doing something to my psyche. That's also doing something to my insulin levels. All right, makes sense? Hi Trina, hi Michelle. That was me 5 months ago. Yeah, and a lot of people are like, here's tip number 2. So tip number 1 is remove the crackers, remove the bread, remove the pasta out of your life. Those are all carbohydrates. Learn how to roast some veggies. Learn how to just get around those. Make sandwich wraps, right? Make salads. Just you got to get away from insane carbohydrates. Those are insane carbohydrates to me. Pasta, pizza, bread, that stuff has to go. If you need to find yourself a swap for now, find yourself a swap for now. Eventually, that's to replace the void, but eventually the habit needs to break. And that's when I coach people through habit creation, right? Habit breaking and then habit creation. Number 2 is, oh, did I just lose what I was going to say for number 2? Well, this is for the advanced, okay? So if you go keto and you drop those things, great. You should be shocking your body. If I told my sister that, and she dropped the breads, and she dropped the pasta, she dropped going and buying candy bars, maybe she replaced it with a 1 bar, my sister's going to completely be on a whole nother level with her results, right? So you guys are on the next stage, right? So I'm going to tell you, I'm keto and I'm not losing weight, but I'm learning all the things keto. I'm eating the cheese, I'm eating the salami, I'm eating all the bacon, I'm eating the nuts, I'm snacking on nuts. What else are we doing? I'm putting heavy whipping cream in my coffee. What am I doing? Like, why can't I lose weight? I'm making these recipes and it's like a cheeseburger casserole and there's all these shredded cheeses. I just probably named off a 2,000 calorie diet. So if you're wanting, because I know my numbers like that, I'm a coach, I'm supposed to. If you're wanting to lose weight, you have to be in a deficit. And you also should go to the next level and figure out what foods really cause bloat and really cause you to have inflammation in your body. It's a lot of work, so don't let it overwhelm you. So start somewhere. If you already did step one, you already took care of the breads, the carbs, the pasta. And by the way, don't go really, really good for a while and then on the weekend have pizza and go, I'm good, right? I don't know, are you? Did you have pizza and you're still losing weight? Did you have pizza? Did you do really good over the week? Binge out on a pizza because you feel like you're allowed to and then weigh yourself on Monday? You like set yourself up to fail on so many levels, right? For one, that scale, whether it's weight or not, is going to hold all of that inflammation from that bread. Why would you ever do that to yourself? That's a psychological thing with the scale. I'm telling you as a coach that inflammation will carry onto that scale on Monday. So if you do something on the weekend you're not proud of, and then go in to torture yourself even more by stepping on a scale, why do you hate, like, why would you do that to yourself? Right? Like, why? Don't do that. Okay, Jan, I need to come back to that. Because I said salami and cheese. Different, right? So if I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose salami. And it's going to be a nitrate-free salami. And I'm going to pull away from the cheese and nuts first. Got it? So pick and choose, right? Don't have them all. My body is going to take a little more work to process that. Hi, Heather. How are you? So that's number 2. Heather's in my group. So the people in my group, they already know this. So nuts, cheese, try that. Get rid of that heavy whipping cream. And then just watch your body. See how it does. But step 1, remove all the carbs around you and get them out of your sight. Absolutely get them out of your sight. You don't need them. There's an addiction to them. You honestly don't need pizza. If you're focused on what you're replacing it with really good food, you are fine. Rena, carb cycling is a whole nother ball game, and I don't recommend it for the people that are coaching with me or following me. I can carb cycle at this point, but what exactly is carb cycling, right? So it's a whole detail. People that come to me need to get rid of the addictions to these foods, as well as reset their insulin levels, which have some damage, a lot of damage. And if somebody's an athlete and they're going to carb cycle, you have to figure out what carbs you're cycling with that don't cause inflammation, and then go on that protocol. And make sure you're strong enough to do that protocol, because if you spike your insulin levels, it might make you feel ravenous from carb cycling. So unless you absolutely know what you're doing, I don't recommend doing it. If you are not very stern on your plan and consistently losing and feeling control and feel like you lost your addictions to certain carbohydrates or food, or you never binge, then you can probably add some carb cycling in and get advice on there or follow a plan. But until you're there, then I absolutely feel like that's not a good state where most people in this group are at. But if you are there, then actually go for it. So not necessarily against it. Like, my body is completely really fat adapted from eating like this for a while, so I can handle that. But I'm very specific on carbs, and my carbs, any addiction to carbs like bread is gone. I will not bring that into my body. If I do bring something into my body that's a carb, it is from vegetables. Like sweet potato, right? Which is starchy. I love sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh. I get my body so where I don't want any of that food. And if I bring something like sweet potatoes in, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? And then I can balance the amount of carbs. Oh, thank you, Heather. Thank you. Okay, so there are some tips for you. I threw a bunch in there. So I want you to meet yourself where you're at. If I'm not coaching you, I can't meet you there, but I can come in here and give you tips. But be aware of where you are at, right? So step one is my sister, or person number one, I should say, is my sister, who just, nothing against her. I love using her as an example, so I can, it's because if you are like my sister, where your cabinet, you didn't even really kind of know what a carb was, or, you know, you still had candy bars in your cabinet, you're just phase one. You're phase one. You're absolute newbie, right? You maybe never dieted before and didn't even know what that stuff was, but now you're at a certain age where that's catching up to you, so you're starting to lean in and make some changes. Then I'm happy for you. Absolutely. You need to meet yourself where you're at. And if you hear me talking about advanced stages of Primal Keto coaching, you can get there in layers. Don't pressure yourself unless you want to jump into a full program and just completely be laser focused and follow that program. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself, right? I have other people coming in here to really heal their body of conditions, inflammation, autoimmune disease, as well as lose weight. And there's no reason to waste any time. Just, we got to gut things out and lean into things that taste really good, that are really healthy, and learn to build your plate around that, right? Every single time I have a plate, I do not snack, and I build my plate, and my plate is freaking amazing food that I crave and I can't wait to eat. You will get there. Practice makes perfection, right? You got to practice. You create habits, and know during the challenging time of transition that you have a problem of seeing other foods that tempt you and being in certain situations that tempt you, and that's where your energy should be focused, right there, to work against that, not to dive into that temptation every single day in your own environment. You're torturing yourself when you're doing that, right? So you got to remove these things or put them somewhere where you don't have to see it, or where it won't tempt you if this is the change you're going to make. Sugar, alcohols, that's up to each. That's where it gets really nitty gritty into. I don't even know what that is, Velma. Kohlrabi veg keto. Oh, what is that? what is that? I didn't look that up. Is that a misspelling, or is that an actual vegetable? Let me know. Trying to see if I can figure that one out. Rena, what do you think about people saying sugar alcohol's stalling your weight? So I have a really good video on sweeteners where I go over all of them. I stick to what works for me, and that is a liquid organic stevia, and I usually don't play with anything else. If I do, if I have a sugar alcohol like erythritol in a baking item like Swerve, I do feel like it messes with me. However, something in a baking item is absolutely planned for a special treat. That's not going to completely throw me off, but is going to cause me to be a little bit bloated for like a day or two. But if you're feeling like you have to supplement with one of these sweets to break the sugar addiction for a while, go for it, okay? And then pull that out. Because ultimately, like, you want to break the addiction to the sweet taste. Makes sense? So, you'll know once you really start to gut out all your foods and replace things, and you kind of fine tune the meals that you're eating and create a lot of habits. When you have something like liquid stevia, you would know, you would feel your heart rate because you're so in tune with your body. So I absolutely don't use a lot of sugar alcohols with erythritol, especially. That's the natural one that I would say that is okay. Hold on, I'm going to check to see if I can find that video for you guys really quick. But that's something you have to fill out. But the natural ones are erythritol, xylitol, liquid organic stevia. That's not a sugar alcohol. But those ones I'm okay with. I'm going to see if I can find the video for you guys. Oh, monk fruit's fine, but I just prefer liquid stevia. I know that I just came across this as I save them. So what I will do is find it and then post it in the group for you guys, okay? That's a good one to revisit that because all the new followers haven't seen that. Oh, I can say this, Rena. So one thing to let people know, like I had a Christmas event, right? And I really had this huge table. I gotta grab some pictures. I didn't get pictures, but my photographer got pictures. And there was a whole table. Oh, I found the video. Super easy. Okay, there was a whole video. I mean, a whole table of these sweetener, these baked goodies that I made for the party specifically. So I made that because I knew I was going to have the party, and then I could get rid of that because I'm a human that loves sweets. And these sweets are not diet food. They might have a sugar alcohol or a swerve or a stevia, but beyond that is butter. It's coconut oil. They're healthy fats. They're delicious. Delicious. Like, I had people that come in that are not keto. Just some of my friends were like, "What are you saying?" You know, well, it can add up. So that can very much stall your weight. I don't have sugar substitutes at all, and I plan for them when I'm set for a certain goal. But somebody like you know, I had a lot of friends that came to that event, and then I had a lot of keto people that came to the event. So the keto people were like, oh, ready to dive in, knew what to expect, have seen my videos, they were like waiting to try these out. Where I had some random friends come, just tasting them. I mean, my photographer was like, what? These are, you can eat these and lose weight? Like, they were so confused. And I'm like, well, you can't eat all of them and lose weight, they'll add up. But yeah, you can have these and put them on a plan. So to switch people over from real sugar, then that's awesome. But just like anything, it's got to be moderation. It's got to be, and you've got to be in a deficit, and it has to absolutely be in a plan. Okay, so I got to take this video and share it. Let me see if I can just share this to you guys really quick, okay? While we're here, let's go ahead and share. Share in the group. So I'm going to share my sweetener video with you guys. Boom. All right, I just shared that into the group so you guys can watch that, because there's I break down all of them. All right, sound good? Okay, you guys, so I hope that helps. Those are some tips right there. If you are new, just go ahead and work on understanding what a carbohydrate is and removing them, and then replacing them with some delicious food. There's tons of videos where I cook amazing, amazing food. My groups are always like, I can't believe this tastes so good and we're losing weight. And I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve, because we've been marketed to just like the worst foods for so long, and we're so busy, and it takes some time to prep it and all that fun stuff. And then number 2 is make sure you set your environment up. And if you're going to the next level, go ahead and remove the nuts and remove the cheese and see how you respond, and the dairy, and see how you respond from there. All right. And if you are really attached to that coffee, a lot of people will follow my coffee that I drink. They really love it. My groups always love it, so that they give me the best feedback, because they get exactly what I do. And that is, I just do a black mild coffee with some peppermint stevia, and it makes it taste like a mocha. And then sometimes you can add a little collagen to it if you want to give it a roll. Every single thing I put in my mouth, I usually want it to have a roll, right? Like, I want it to heal my body and take me to a place where my body is growing and where my body is nourished. So I know I really detail my plans out that way, and then I make the food around it something I crave. So that's kind of a science in itself, but that's what I do. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day. It is Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Boom! I was on a little bit later today because I got my coaching videos done first. But that is it. All right, you guys, have a good one. See you later. Bye.